Hey there. This video posts generally a week after I make it. Uh, Obviously, I have to do it on, you know, a week in advance so I can have it all ready to go. Anyway, I am leaving today for Taylor Correctional. Who ever thought I'd be excited to go to prison? It seems crazy. But I am excited. Number one, I get to leave at night. That's a great reason to be excited about going to prison. I get to come home, but which that wasn't always the case. But the reason I'm excited is because it's going to be Father's Day that I'm speaking. I'm speaking to 1,300 inmates, male inmates, on Father's Day. Usually I go with an organization. I'm going here by myself. The chaplain called and asked me if I would come and speak, and we figured out that Father's Day was the best time, and now I'm going to speak to these men on Father's Day. So as I'm praying and I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to talk about? You know, they've already heard my story because I've gone there. I went there like 3 months ago with Inmate Encounter, and I talked to them. Then of course, I spoke for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to have an hour and a half for this visit. So obviously I can tell a lot more of my story. And yes, my story will be involved in it. But the thing I feel the Lord gave me to talk about was freedom. And I thought, really, God? Freedom? That seems kind of creepy to talk to these people about freedom when some of them will be here the rest of their lives, or in the system the rest of their lives, and some of them for 10, 15, 20 years. That's a rough subject. But as I thought about it, there's so many of us out here that have physical freedom, but not spiritual freedom. And so are we really free? And the same is true of them, even though they're incarcerated and not able to go and do and wear what they eat, what they want, they can find freedom. There is freedom in Christ. There is purpose in Christ. If you're still alive today, you have a purpose. I have a disabled son who does not talk, who still wears a diaper, who is in a home. It's a group home. It's not a facility. But I've thought to myself many times, why is Justice still here? Obviously not that I want my son to not be here, but and I feel like the Lord said to me, he has purpose. If he's here, he has a purpose. It could be just to keep me reminded of the fact that I need God, and that God's grace is what keeps me alive and able to communicate with him, and able to have be the kind of mother that I should be to him. But same thing is true of this. You think, I got to be here the rest of my life. What's the purpose? And a lot of people commit suicide because of those things. But if God still has you here, he has a purpose for your life. But you can't walk in that or understand that or come to a place where you're able to operate in that unless you get to a place of forgiveness. Forgiveness is what brings freedom. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. Look, we live in a sinful, crappy, fallen world that is all screwed up. And definitely we get wounded over and over and over and over again. It's the truth. But us not forgiving people does not injure them. It hurts us. It keeps us bound. They go home at night and don't even think about the fact that you're mad at them. And here you are brooding over this situation that you really have no control over. And the same thing is true of these inmates. We have got to get to a place where we're able to forgive people that have wronged us and forgive ourselves. Look, you've done a lot of dumb stuff. You did dumb stuff that got you incarcerated. If you're incarcerated, you've done things with your children, in your relationship, at your job. I mean, Nobody does it all right. It isn't about doing it all right. It's about forgiving yourself and getting back in the right place once you've done wrong. So I'm excited to be going to prison to tell these men about freedom. We need husbands. We need sons. We need workers. We need fathers that are who they need to be. And sometimes being incarcerated, you're a better father than you were on the outside. So I'm excited to be going here. Obviously, it'll be over by the time you see this video, but I hope that you've seen that I posted it on Facebook and are praying. Look, God is at work in the earth right now, and we're all a part of it. Will you get involved with what he's doing? That's the question. That's always the question. Anyway, I hope you guys learn to walk in forgiveness and to love each other and to love yourself. Hope you have a great week.